Hello guys, it's Cavalist66, and guess what I'm bringing to you? My Deathwatch Overkill Space Marines. Not the Tyranids yet, just the Space Marines, and let me tell you, each one of these is a model on its own, and if you're a painter, you know what I'm talking about. There's, each one of these you have to approach individually, plan it out, and off you go. And here's my set. Let me see if I can pick them up. This is the Space Wolf guy. And he's got some nice details on him. Typical of a Space Wolf. And there's the two Ultramarines. And I've seen a lot of guys doing tutorials on these two online. And they are pretty decent for the most part. But my advice to anyone picking these up and wanting to paint them is take whatever techniques you can use from these tutorials and use them. You know, add to your list of techniques that you're going to use, and off you go. And there's the Dark Angels. He was pretty interesting. I really like the detail on his sword. He was very nice. And I think this guy was the first one I did. Yeah, that was... Yeah, he's awesome. And going on the front row, I believe he's a Terminator. Well, I think librarian. And look at those rounds. You imagine getting hit with one of those. Now these two guys, one of them's Blood Angels, and one of them is God, I can't remember the name. My mind's a mush right now. But as I was putting them together, I remembered not to glue on the backpacks, but I had already glued one on. Let's see, which one was it? I believe it was this one. Yeah, he was 100% assembled when I painted him. And it was somewhat difficult, so if you guys are tackling these, go ahead and make sure you leave off the backpacks. And here's the last one I did, the White Scars bike rider. Honestly, I know he's supposed to be like the center point, but I really didn't care for this model all that much. They put too much detail on him where it's really inaccessible. And I painted what I thought was relevant to my model, and I like the way it came out. And I didn't give him a golden demon approach to it. I just painted him to get him painted, and it came out okay. I like the way it came out. So guys, there they are. And oh, and there's the servo skull and the homing beacon in the back. That's part of the groups as well. And I have on another note, I have a couple of guys in my World of Tanks clan that caught my videos online and were kind of amazed that it was me. But they asked me some questions beginning the hobby. What do I recommend? And sprue cutters was a question, and this is what I use. When I first started, I just bought the Zuron cutters, XURON is the company. Now these are very old, and I use them for nipping metal parts. Let's see there. As you can see, it's kind of worn down. And then I upgraded to the GW cutters. Now this pair here was the best pair of sprue cutters I've ever owned. I believe these retailed for about $10 and maybe 12 or 15, I'm not sure. But the spring mechanism broke on it a long time ago. Yeah, they're old, but they still hold their sharpness. I cut nothing but plastic with these. And then I bought myself the new GW sprue cutters. Now, these are the Cadillac of sprue cutters. If you want something like this retails for $30. And you're saying, wow, $30 for a pair of sprue cutters? It's worth it. These, look at that. They're opening on their own, guys. Look at that. Super sharp. Now that's little plastic dust and residue you see there, because I just finished a big job with them. Those are not indentations in the metal. That's plastic dust. Excellent sprue cutters. Hobby knife. I just use the X-Acto hobby knife. I've got a green one and a purple one. Model glue. Don't go out and buy yourself that Tamiya like everybody on YouTube is doing. This is not a general purpose glue. It's well, that's a topic for another session. I use Testors Model Master almost exclusively. There is no better glue than this. And you're saying, well, why is this stuck on there like that? Nah, I only put it to cover the tip. I don't push it all the way down, because glue dries up in here, and as you press it down, it'll clog your tip, and then you gotta lighter it. No, I don't want to do all that. And here is my workhorse. Plain Jane Testors tube cement. It's nasty, it's sticky, but you're not gonna find a better glue than Testors. And I know a lot of guys are on the internet are like, use that Revell Contacta Professional. Guys, that's made by Testors. Believe it or not, it is made by Testors. Yeah, I got a lot of Testors glue back there. And I don't buy pallets, I just use those cheap little foam trays. And that's about it. There's the purple one, there's the lighter, my drills, my workhorse paint brushes are Tamiya. This one, of course, needs a replacement pretty soon. And I've got it right here. This is what I use. These are like $1.50, guys, and you're not gonna find better brushes. And yes, I've got the Games Workshop set in here, and that's about it. So here you guys go. One more pass at the Space Marines. Any questions or comments? How I did it? Anything you guys want to know, drop a line below. Happy to answer. And here's what's coming next. Here's all the Tyranids. I just got through assembling them. And there's a side project I'm working on in the back. Yep, Emperor's Children Space Marines. Coming at you. Slanesh be praised. Alright, that's enough for now. Guys, see you next time. You guys have all been epic. Thanks.